So recently the US Capitol got raided, and I just wanted to make a little video expressing my opinions and just talking about the entire incident. So let's get into this. If you've been living under a rock for the past, I don't know, like at least 24 hours, 25 hours, recently the US Capitol was raided. A bunch of Trump supporters and QAnon believers broke into the United States Capitol and pretty much raised all hell in the city of Washington. It was disgusting to see. Like, I lost a couple brain cells watching some of those people. 4 people died, including 1 Washington, D.C. police officer. There is some video of 1 person actually being shot in the neck in the protests and in the moments leading up to it was a 34-year-old woman that I cannot remember the name of, a veteran, an Air Force veteran, a military police officer who served in Afghanistan for a bit, who was shot in the neck and ultimately passed away from her injuries. Which means that Trump officially has blood on his hands. It's super upsetting, and even some officers in Washington, D.C. who are opening the gates and taking photos, taking selfies with taking their phones out and going on their phones and taking selfies with the Trump supporters. They were literally taking selfies with the Trump supporters. Is that okay? Is this America now? I don't know where I took a picture. There's people inside of the Capitol, they were in one of the halls, blocking off the doors with furniture, putting furniture up to the doors, blocking off the doors with furniture, just trying to survive. There was people arming themselves with pens in the White House. This is America. This is something that third world countries would do. This is something that countries in poverty with corrupt governments would do. The last time this happened was 208 years ago. And yet, these people call themselves terrorists, or these people call themselves, patriots, when the rest of the country is calling them domestic terrorists. It's disgusting to see that these people are doing this, and they're trying to defend their actions. They are literally domestic terrorists. They are literally committing acts of terror on our capital, but they're patriots. If they were Black Lives Matter protesters, I guarantee that they did tear gas them. I guarantee that they'd be throwing mace at them. I guarantee that they'd be rushing them with their riot shields and bashing their brains in with the riot shields. I guarantee all that would be happening. But nope. Just a bunch of goofy Trump supporters trying to spread a quote-unquote message in our U.S. Capitol. It's horrible. It just pisses me off to think that this is our country. This is the other countries are looking at us right now and literally making fun of us. We're being made fun of by other countries. This is America. It's horrible, and the fact that Trump hasn't made any statements about it, I mean, obviously because his Twitter is disabled and all his social medias are disabled, what am I saying? And to think that Trump hasn't made any statements about it, hasn't said anything about the riots, hasn't tried to defend himself with the riots, disgusts me. he's just downplaying the entire situation like he's been doing. He's been doing this with the coronavirus. He's been downplaying the coronavirus. It's horrible. Like, it's terrible to think that, like, this is what our country has come to. The last time people have entered the Capitol building that weren't supposed to be in the Capitol building was during the Vietnam War. But the difference between the Vietnam War and now is that people are trying to stop a war. People are doing it for a good cause. People were trying to stop something that inevitably would end up killing hundreds of thousands of people. But what the Trump supporters were doing was attempting to kill people. If they were gonna kill the people in the White House, this would be like 9/11. If the difference between what happened in 9/11 is that it was civilians. It was 3,000 civilians. If 5 people who worked at the White House died, or not the White House, who worked at the U.S. Capitol died, these are the people who are running the United States of America. The country would go to hell if the people who are running this country were to die on the 6th. It's terrible. It just sucks to think about it. This is as I said, this is America. This is what our country has came to. This is as far as it goes. Like, we're doomed.
It is the question that matters most. The tissue behind the story. It drives everything we do. It is the foundation of trust. And the truth that propels us forward. It is the question. One word, 3 letters long. And without it, our purpose, and our freedom fade. This.
So, the lady who was shot and killed, was Ashli Babbitt, a 14-year veteran of the U.S. Air Force and a San Diego resident. She had reportedly booked a plane ticket to Washington, D.C. to partake in the protests, and ultimately did not come home. It completely hurts me to think that this lady not only died, but that the people who killed her are suspected to be charged. And you're wondering, well, you want the people not to be charged? I want them not to be charged because they were doing their jobs. Their job was to protect the Capitol against these people who are trying to mob and burn ballots for Joe Biden. Their jobs were to protect the Capitol. They were going to use all force because these people were breaking into our Capitol. They were definitely gonna hurt people in the Capitol. So they were defending their country. They were trying to defend their country. But the people who killed Ashli Babbitt are gonna get charged for trying to defend their country? Are you kidding me? The people who are getting arrested are probably gonna think that they're gonna be pardoned by Trump. That's just their delusion. They're delusional. The guy Justin with the spears, I forgot his name. But that person is it's actually reoccurring. I think he was at a Trump rally or a BLM protest in Arizona. He's from Phoenix. He flew out to Phoenix to participate in the protest. The person with his feet up is a citizen of Kansas. I'm not sure where in Kansas. The FBI will definitely figure that out eventually. That's it. Leave your leave what you think in the comments below. What you think about this situation in the comments below. I'm gonna go do some homework in a bit and take a shower. See you guys later. Like and subscribe. I should be doing a few more MC2 videos. Comment what MC2 maps you want to see below. I'll check them out. Peace.
But you know, being a game show host has worked out pretty well for Craig. He has 2 daytime Emmys for the Celebrity Name Game. And while we're at it, let's drop 2 more celebrity names, Maya Bialik and Leslie Jordan.
Welcome to the set of Call Me Kat, our exclusive behind-the-scenes tour for the stars. All the
How
way
to
from
today?
the
Was it?
70
Oh crap, I'm still recording.
Ready to rough it up.
Why is my... Oh, my hotkey's broken. That's awesome.